Hello everyone and welcome back to another day in the life video. Last week we had kind of a break near the end of the week because at the start of the week the only thing we had were our simulated patient experiences, which my school calls CAPE. I'm heading over to the lab right now just to get a few short little recordings to finish up that video that I created last week. So if you want to check out exactly how my simulated patient experiences went, how I prepared for them and things like that, make sure to check it out. But I'm going to do this really quick and then I'm going to head back and make my to-do list for the week. I just finished up reviewing all of my videos from CAPE, which are our simulated patient experiences we went through last week. We have a review session just kind of for feedback one-on-one with a professor that will happen over Zoom tomorrow night before I head off to work. But in the morning, we do have our first class of this portion of the semester, which will be our clinical reasoning 1, where it's just being able to go more through appraising papers, working on that critical thinking to help us follow through with a case and use the best evidence to really help our patients get in the best state they possibly can. So I still have a small discussion post I have to do for that in the morning. So I'm going to get to bed since it's getting a little late. I believe close to 11:30 right now. So I'm going to get some rest and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All done with our clinical reasoning class for the day. It was really good introduction overall to the cases that we're going to be working on for the next 3 weeks. I do have an assignment that I have to do tonight where we're just kind of doing a bit of a background search on the condition which our assigned case has. I was assigned to a case that has a triple bypass surgery, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of research in that, completing that assignment tonight while I am at work. I'm about to head over right now, even though it's only 4 o'clock, just because I do have my feedback session with faculty members for my CAPE that I did the past week, which was our simulated patient experiences that I spoke about before. If you do want to see anything about that video and how it went for me, how I prepared, make sure to check that out. That came out this past week. But I'm going to go and head to my work now and do the call from there because immediately once I'm done, I'm straight into work and I'll be working all the way till 10 p.m. So I guess I'll see you guys once all that's done. This morning we had our only class of the day, Psychological Aspects of Care, where we really kind of dove into spirituality and separating it from religion, which was kind of interesting because I feel like a lot of my classmates, including myself, see a lot of overlap in those two, but being able to separate those definitions was really kind of interesting overall. So I thought that that was super fun. Tonight, I'm just going to keep working through a few things on my to-do list, but we do have our bachelor night again, so I'm going to get ready for that, and I'll talk to you guys later. We started off this morning with a little bit of clinical reasoning, where we got back into the groups that we formed on Monday and dove a bit deeper into the cases that we were assigned. My group was assigned the case with coronary artery bypass grafting procedure, where they had a triple bypass following a heart attack. The heart attack was just because of a narrowing of the blood vessels that supply the heart, and the bypass surgery just kind of helps reroute those blood flow areas around the heart to keep that blood flow going and allow the heart to function as it should. So we went a little bit deeper into doing some research and finding some articles to appraise on exactly what outcome measures and things might be helpful for us to measure exactly where this patient is at currently, as well as where they're at down the road. So we just did a little bit of literature search, but then after that, I ended up going to a kind of lunch and learn where there was a climbing clinic from around town that they came in and just kind of talked to us about a little bit of their experience starting their company, how they really invested in the climbing community, got to know them, they themselves were climbers, and used that knowledge and connection to the community to be able to really get to know their patients. And it was just a very good anecdote of exactly how getting to know your patients and what they do is a great way to get buy-in when you're doing all of your interventions, and even when you're just doing examination and your subjective history with a patient. Being able to connect with them in that way is extremely important. So it was a great talk overall. But I'm done with class for the day. I think I'm going to do a few chores and finish up some of my scholarship applications that are coming up, because my school had released a few that are coming out for this next academic year. So I'm going to make sure to get to that, and I'll give you guys other updates along the way. This morning we started off the day a little bit differently because we had a humanities class where we really dove into what it means to be normal, what the perspective of normal is in healthcare, and kind of how the pursuit of perfection can affect how our patients are feeling and the decisions that we're making. Overall, it was a really great conversation and lecture. I thought my classmates did a great job sharing their stories and being open and really just having a discussion amongst all of us and sharing our perspectives. So it was a really great class period overall. But then in the afternoon, we had our second to last clinical experience preparation session where we did a little bit of upstander training, just what we can do when we see things happen at clinic to try and help stand up for people. So overall, today was a great day of learning. But now I think I'm just going to make sure to get my drug test done, one of the last few things that I need to do before clinical experiences start, as well as try and prepare my flashcards both tonight and tomorrow, because I actually have tomorrow off. So all of my classes are done for the week now. I'll have Friday to really just kind of relax and get ahead on the things for the upcoming week. So I'll make sure to keep you guys updated along the way, but at least for the coursework, that's all for this week. Well, that brings us to the end of another week. I ended off the week just having a relaxing day, kind of doing lots of chores around the house, and even doing a little bit out in the community where I decided to continue something that I've done a little bit in my undergraduate, where when I go for a walk, I think I'm going to start taking a little grocery bag with me just so that I can try and fill it up with trash along the way to make my school look a little better, and just because it gives me something to do while I'm getting a little bit of exercise. So it was really fun to start that back up again. I'm going to start doing that more frequently, so I'm sure you guys will see it within the next couple weeks as well. But that's really all that we have for this week. Next week, we're going to have Easter, as well as continuing on our 2 classes that we're going through right now. I believe we'll have our last preparation session for Clinical Experience 1. So if you guys are excited for that and looking forward to it, please make sure to check out the video next week. If you enjoyed this one, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. This has been KBDPT, and I'll see you all in the next video.